G'day, welcome to Plugged In Australia, Quick Charge, the shorter version of the show for when you want the main EV news without the full deep dive. This is episode 57 for Wednesday, the 20th of May 2026. And today we're looking at GWM giving the Tank 500 Hi4T plug-in hybrid local suspension and steering tuning, Geely updating the Starray EM-i with a much larger battery and 136 kilometres of electric range, CUPRA pricing its new Leon Ve plug-in hybrid hatch, Ausgrid trialling a electric prime mover with battery-assisted heavy charging, and Stellantis turning to China for the new electrified Jeep and Peugeot models. Let's get into it. Alright, first up, GWM has updated the Tank 500 Hi4T plug-in hybrid for Australia and New Zealand. The big change is local ride and handling work. GWM has revised the suspension damper tuning and steering calibration as part of its AT1 localisation program. The goal is to make the Tank 500 feel more confident on local roads, from suburban streets to highways and off-road terrain. That matters because this is a big, heavy, body-on-frame plug-in hybrid four-wheel drive, and our roads can expose weak suspension tuning very quickly. The Tank 500 Hi4T keeps its strong plug-in hybrid drivetrain. It combines a 2-litre turbo petrol engine with electric assistance for total outputs of 300 kilowatts and 750 newton meters. It also has a 37.11 kilowatt-hour battery and a claimed electric-only range of up to 120 kilometers on the NEDC cycle. It remains a 5-seater, not a 7-seater, because the battery takes up the space that would otherwise be used for the third row. But it keeps proper four-wheel drive hardware, including low-range gearing, serious off-road capability, 3 tons of braked towing, and vehicle-to-load capability. GWM has also added a 220-volt outlet in the cargo area, which should make the tank more useful for camping, tools, and power-hungry accessories. Pricing is currently listed at $77,990 drive away under the May promotional offers, with updated MY26 stock expected to reach dealers in the coming months. The hard truth is that GWM still needs to prove the local tuning works in the real world, but this is the right move. If brands want to sell serious touring vehicles in Australia, they need to tune them for Australian conditions. Alright, next up is Geely, and they have made the Starray EM-i much more interesting. The top spec Starray EM-i Inspire now gets a 29.8 kilowatt-hour lithium iron phosphate battery, replacing the previous 18.4 kilowatt-hour pack. Electric-only range increases from 83 kilometers to 136 kilometers on the WLTP cycle, while total claimed combined range rises to 996 kilometers. That puts the Starray in a very strong position for buyers who want an affordable plug-in hybrid SUV but still want enough electric range to cover normal daily driving. The base complete stays at $37,490 before on-road costs and keeps the 18.4 kilowatt-hour battery with 83 kilometers of WLTP electric range. The upgraded Inspire rises by $1,500 to $41,490 before on-road costs. The Inspire also gets faster DC charging, now up to 60 kilowatts, with a claimed 30 to 80% recharge in 16 minutes. Claimed fuel consumption falls to 1.4 litres per 100 kilometres. As always, plug-in fuel usage depends on charging. If you plug it in, a car like this could do a lot of normal driving on electricity. If you do not plug it in, you are missing the point entirely. Deliveries of the updated MY27 Starray EM-i are due from late May. CUPRA has also confirmed Australian pricing for the Leon Ve plug-in hybrid hatch, which starts from $62,990 before on-road costs and uses a 20 kilowatt-hour usable battery for up to 123 kilometers of WLTP range. The drivetrain combines a 1.5-litre turbo petrol engine with an electric motor for 150 kilowatts, 350 newton meters of torque, with a claimed 0 to 100 time of 7.7 seconds. It also gets 11 kilowatt AC charging and DC fast charging support, which is a big step forward compared with the older plug-in hybrids. The Leon Ve is not cheap. It sits only $2,000 below the more powerful Leon VZX hatch, so if you only want performance, the VZX will be pretty tempting. But if you want a sporty hatch that can do most daily driving on electricity, the VE makes more sense. Australian arrivals are scheduled to begin in June. Alright, now to heavy transport. Ausgrid has started trialling its first electric prime mover, a Volvo FH Aero Electric, with up to 400 kilometers of range and fast charging at up to 350 kilowatts. The truck will haul loads of more than 30 tonnes between the Upper Hunter and southern Sydney. Now that is important because this is not just a symbolic EV trial, it is a heavy vehicle doing actual work. Ausgrid says early results show the truck is performing comparably to diesel alternatives without reducing productivity. Drivers have also reported positively to the smoother and quieter driving experience. The charging system is just as interesting. Comes from Australian startup Hub Zero Energy and is supplied by Grid Rig. It combines a standard grid connection with integrated battery storage, which can help avoid major grid upgrades and allow faster heavy vehicle charging to be deployed more quickly. That kind of solution could be crucial for fleets. Electric trucks need more than just vehicles. They need depot charging, power management and infrastructure that can be installed without turning every site into a major construction project. And finally, Stellantis and Dongfeng have confirmed a major new agreement to build electrified Peugeot and Jeep models in China from 2027. The plan is for the DPCA joint venture plant in Wuhan to produce 2 new Peugeot-branded new energy vehicles and 2 Jeep-branded off-road new energy vehicles. The vehicles are planned for China and export markets, with the project worth more than 8 billion yuan, which is about 1.6 to 1.7 billion Australian dollars. For Australia, nothing is confirmed as yet, but it matters because Jeep's local lineup is now much thinner than it used to be. The Grand Cherokee has gone, the regular Cherokee is gone, and Jeep needs fresh product if it wants to rebuild momentum. Chinese-built electrified Jeeps could potentially help, but only if they are made in right-hand drive, obviously, properly engineered and actually suited to Australian buyers. As you can probably hear, that's the big theme for today. Plug-in hybrids and electric heavy vehicles are becoming more serious. Batteries are getting bigger, charging is getting faster, and the use cases are becoming more practical. And that's it for Plugged In Australia Quick Charge 57. For the full deep dive, check out the main episode of Plugged In Australia, where we go further into the specs, further into the pricing, and the Australian relevance behind each story. As always, thank you so much for your time. Thank you for listening. Any feedback, info@pluggedinaustralia.com.au. And until the next time, stay plugged in and stay charged. Ci vediamo.